everyone, welcome to PhotoPlay's YouTube channel and welcome to Tuesdays with Tina. My name's Tina Smith and today I'm excited to share some quick and easy cards with you today. We're going to create 4 of them. We're going to be using the 12 by 12 Ship to Shore collection pack. The cut apart sheets in the collection pack are super fun. I already took it out here. This is what they look like. And creating quick and easy cards using this is super fun and easy. We're going to be using the sticker sheet also. So I'm going to trim down my cut aparts and trim down some pattern papers. We're actually going to use quite a bit of the pattern paper in the collection pack today. And we're going to start off with our first project. I mentioned today that the cards are going to be very easy. We're going to start with this cut apart. This is a little bit longer than an A2 size card base. Let me zoom in a little bit. And so we need to trim this down. And while we're trimming it down, I'm also going to trim away It's a Beautiful Day at Sea. I'm going to go ahead and even it out by trimming a little bit off the bottom. Wonderful. And then we need to trim the left or the right side. I'm going to take my paper trimmer and trim this down to the 5.5 inch mark, just trimming a little bit off the right side. I also have some pattern paper. This is a 1 inch strip by 5.5 inches. I'm going to flip this around and using my tape runner, we're going to adhere this. We're going to make a landscape style card. So this is going to go at the very bottom of an A2 size card base. This measures 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches. And I'm going to flip it around. We're going to put some foam tape behind here for a little bit of dimension. And we're going to tack this down. I want a little bit of the white showing on my card base. So we will lower it just a little bit and press this down over the top. After we have this adhered, we're going to bring in some stickers. I thought we would use this banner for our card, and I'm going to add this at an angle. And then any excess overhanging, I'm going to trim off with my scissors. And in our sticker sheet, there is a banner that says Seize the Day. I'm going to flip this around and put some fun foam behind here. And I'm going to use my glue. And we're going to tack this up in this top right corner. I'm going to replace the red one with our sticker. And I do want to add a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to pop this up with some small foam squares. And before I remove the release paper off of those foam squares, I'm going to go over the sticker portion with my anti-static powder. This way we don't have any extra tackiness. So we're just going to replace the red floaty with the white one and add a little bit of dimension. For bells and whistles, I'm going to bring in a little bit of sparkle using some glitter. And we're going to go over some of the areas on the flags. And then we'll add a thin line on our sentiment here, and then also we're going to add a little bit of sparkle in this striped area down below. And that will finish off our first card, quick and easy. For our next card, I have some pattern paper. This has the palm leaves on here. We're going to turn this around, add some adhesive behind it, and this panel measures 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. So we have a border around our card base. I'm using this cut apart, and I'm going to use my corner rounder and round the corners on the very bottom. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch side. And at the very top, this is a leftover strip. We're going to go ahead and add this to the very top of this cut apart. I'm going to flip this panel around, and we're going to put some foam tape behind here. I'm going to remove the release paper, and we're going to place this in the center of our panel. In our sticker sheet, there is a wheel. We're going to flip this around. I'm going to add a foam square behind it, and we're going to layer the small one over the large one. I'm going to take some red and white baker's twine, and I'm going to tuck it under the very top of my cut apart, and then I'm going to tie a bow off to the left here. And then using one of my gems, I'm going to take a large silver gem and place this in the middle of my anchor, just for a little added detail. And then that finishes off card number 2. A pretty quick and easy card, and we have some dimension here. For my next card, I have the anchor pattern paper. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. We're going to adhere this to our card base. For this card, we're using the anchor cut apart. I did trim a little bit off the left and the right. This way I think it's going to fit my panel better. We're going to tack our anchor to a panel that measures 3 inches by 5 inches. And I'm going to evenly space it on the top and the left and the right. We have a little bit open area down here, and I think that's the perfect place for some twine. I'm going to bring in some red and white baker's twine, and I'm going to tie a bow off to the left here. I removed the release paper, and this is going to go a little bit towards the left on our card base. In our sticker sheet, I wanted to use a couple of the starfish, and I also want to use the sticker that says "at sea." I trimmed down a piece of vellum that was slightly larger than this sticker. We're going to center it on our vellum. I layered both of my starfish together, and I want this to go over our red and white baker's twine, but since we have a knot there, I left a gap in between the foam squares, so that's where our knot is going to go. Like so. I'm going to take our "at sea," we'll flip this around. I'm going to add a foam square behind here. We're going to place our sticker that says "at sea" on this side of our card base. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle using that same glitter. And I'm just going to go around the rope that's around our anchor here. Quick and easy card. For my final card, I have a panel with pattern paper that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. I went ahead and tacked that down to my card base. It left me a little bit of a border around here. And then with this cut apart, I trimmed off, I trimmed it at 4 inches. This way I took a little bit off of the left side of this cut apart. I wanted the symbol up here, the navigational symbol. I'm going to take this and tack this down to the upper portion of my panel. After we have this panel adhered, I have a 1/4 inch strip. This is left over from our cut apart here. I'm going to flip this on the reverse side, and this is 4 inches wide, so this is going to go perfectly over the seam of our panels. I do need to trim a little bit off here. And then we're going to go in our sticker pack. We're going to use Chart a Course for Fun. Now I'm going to take this sticker, I'm going to tack it down to a piece of vellum. And then I'm going to trim off the excess that's overhanging. I'm going to flip this around. We're going to add some foam squares behind here. And I'm going to add this at an angle on this card. And then using this leftover cut apart from our first card, I'm going to trim off at C. And we'll trim this off over here. Kind of shorten our sentiment a little bit. And I'm going to add this. The front part of this sentiment is going to be overhanging on this side. So I just put one foam square behind here. Use my tape runner with the rest. And I'm going to go ahead and add this to my card here. And then in our sticker sheet, we have a palm tree, which I think is super playful and fun. I'm going to add a foam square behind here. And I'm also going to take the sun. We're going to add this too. We're going to add our sunshine, kind of have it tucking out over here. And then I think we're going to add some flip-flops also. I think we're going to put some flip-flops at the very bottom. And that will finish off my final card for today. We're going to take a look at all 4 cards that we made using the cut-aparts. Some quick and easy cards using the 12 by 12 Ship-to-Shore collection pack. Super fun projects, great for all occasions. I thank you so much for joining me. I wish you a lovely day, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.